A story you saw first on Fox 5, a Maryland state delegate and local union leader involved in a brawl at an early voting polling location in Montgomery County. A look at that heated exchange and why Delegate Gabe Acevedo claims it was self-defense. Plus, a new juvenile curfew zone in effect for some district teens, the new guidances, and the effort to keep neighborhoods safe from teen violence this summer. In nearly 1 year following the death of a congressional intern, his family determined to keep his life and legacy going. The new scholarship that's being put in place to honor him and help others like him ahead. Plus, many of us across the DMV waking up to some showers. How it will impact Father's Day weekend and Juneteenth celebrations kicking off across the region. Our weather team is tracking your forecast hour by hour. Your news at 6 starts now. Good morning to you at 6 o'clock on your Friday. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 5, streaming on Fox Local on this Juneteenth.
Yes.
Yes, Juneteenth holiday. And also we're heading into Father's Day weekend. There's so much happening.
Yes, and it's a Zip Trip Friday. Let's not forget.
Caesar. So that means the weather, this whole rain stuff needs to get out of the way.
You're acting like as if it's all over us right now. It's not. It's dry.
But it's gonna
Part
wrap up
of it, yeah. So
and
look,
be good.
before I get all the blame here for this, I promise it's already slowly moving out of the areas already. So for the most part, areas like Southern Maryland already drying out.
Awesome.
Annapolis looking much drier. So yes, we do have some of those rain showers this morning, but for the most part, heading in towards the afternoon, much drier, much more comfortable, looking very nice. So we're going to talk about what we can expect throughout the rest of today and, of course, the weekend here coming up in just a couple of minutes. But let's jump over to traffic now and talk about, of course, the Juneteenth commute here for this morning. Not much to talk about in general. We still have, of course, this one area of concern. It's a crash over on Virginia 236 Little River Turnpike in the eastbound direction. It's closed for a crash investigation involving a pedestrian between Southland Avenue and Lincoln Avenue. Please follow police direction at this time, or if you can best avoid it, again, find a different, perhaps, path for work. Over to you.
All right, Caesar, thanks so much. Now we want to get to this Fox 5 News alert. Israeli airstrikes in Lebanon killing at least 16 people, including 4 soldiers, and sending plumes of smoke up after hitting several targets. Those strikes coming just 1 day after the U.S. and Iran signed an extension on the peace deal. This could see that fragile deal ravel apart. While Israel and Hezbollah are not part of that agreement, the deal calls for an immediate halt of all military operations, including in Lebanon.
And now turning to Iran, a tentative agreement between the U.S. and Iran is now in effect after both presidents signed a deal that extends the ceasefire for 60 days. The Strait of Hormuz is slowly reopening to commercial traffic, so oil and gas prices are dropping. Iran has also agreed to destroy its enriched uranium, but this deal does not include any provisions to ensure that Iran never develops a nuclear weapon in the future. Those talks are just beginning.
Turning now to a developing story in Maryland, a state delegate accused of assaulting an elderly union worker at a polling station in Gaithersburg, and it was all caught on camera.
This is a story you saw first on Fox 5 last night, and this morning we're hearing from the 2 people involved. Melanie Onwick live at that polling station right now with more. Good morning, Melanie.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, a lot of conflicting accounts. Both men are accusing the other of assault. It happened around 6 o'clock here at Borer Park, where it was the last day of early voting. Let's show you that video obtained by Fox 5. Now, you can see the moments after the fight. Delegate Gabe Acevedo here in the dark shirt and pants. UCFW President Gino Reen in a white shirt and shorts. Volunteers are separating the parties and trying to restore order. Maryland Congresswoman April McClain Delaney also spoke to each of the men involved to try to calm them down. This apparently began with a grocery workers union staff member accusing the delegate of campaigning past an approved zone. Words were exchanged. Then the president of the grocery workers union got involved and confronted Delegate Acevedo. John Kilker, the UCFW legislative assistant seen in some of the videos, told Fox 5 he was shocked the argument turned physical.
Just to see him assault, a 72-year-old man, I don't. Words can't really describe that, and it's just a normal citizen shouldn't do that, and an elected official absolutely should not do that.
Reen showed Fox 5 his cuts and bruises from the altercation. Acevero told Fox 5 in a statement that he acted in self-defense, saying Reen came over into the tent where Acevero was sitting, adding that Mr. Reen began to verbally harass me and before suddenly and menacingly advancing upon me in the tent, shouting expletives. He invaded my personal space, continued to verbally harass. After I spoke back to him, he took a swing at me. I had to use physical force to defend myself. Now, Gaithersburg police did respond here. No arrests were made. This is all still under investigation. Again, one person says they were assaulted by the other. A lot of accounts to sort out here, and both men say they plan to file charges against the other.
Melanie, thank you so much. D.C. Councilmember Janice Lewis-George projected to win the Democratic nomination in D.C.'s mayoral race. Former Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie, he conceded in the race yesterday. Lewis-George is now preparing for November's general election, and she says that she's looking squarely at President Donald Trump.
Well, 6:06 now. We're taking a live look outside at the White House. It does seem to be still a bit gray, a bit cloudy, unless my eyes are deceiving me, but at least dry, seemingly.
Yeah, he said it's clearing up, Caesar.
Yeah,
you promise.
so I promise you it is clearing up. You don't really see much in the way of rain out there right now. One good thing also this morning is all the warm air. So it's still comfortably warm. So as you can see with temperatures, most of us are well in towards those mid 70s, even some low 70s here throughout a lot of the area. So this continues to be the main case for us as we head in towards the rest of this afternoon. So certainly very nice out there. But for the most part, again, rain. It's all well to the south. So in southern Maryland, also in parts of Virginia, are mostly seeing the rain showers. You can see the heaviest stuff is actually over towards the Delmarva Peninsula, going towards the eastern shore and the Atlantic coast. So that is certainly something that continues to clear on out from our area. We could still see a few rain showers by the time we get towards around 9 a.m., but for the most part, we are going to stay quite dry out there as we head in towards the afternoon hours. Plenty of sunshine by the time we head in towards the later afternoon, and temperatures in the low 80s. So expect to see a nice little dry end to the day, right? So we've had some rain showers thanks to this one cold front moving through, pushing out a lot of the humidity, and then we get left with nice and comfortable temperatures into a very nice holiday weekend. So again, perfect weather out there for our Juneteenth celebrations and even some watch parties here for the World Cup as the U.S. takes on Australia at 3 p.m. here on Fox 5. But let's jump over to traffic and just see what we have going on over there, right? So, again, we have this one. So the inner loop through lanes in Alexandria, there's a crash near Telegraph Road. It's been moved to the right shoulder, but you can see that there are some slowdowns from the Woodrow Wilson Bridge at about 5 minutes right there. I-95 northbound main lanes, we're looking at a drive time between Quantico and the Beltway at 23 minutes. Things are moving along smoothly there. Then as we jump over to Virginia 236 Little River Turnpike in the eastbound direction in Alexandria, just remember it's been closed for a crash investigation involving a pedestrian between Southland Avenue and Lincoln Avenue. Please follow police direction if you have to go through that area. Over to you.
Thank you, Caesar. Well, Fairfax County police are investigating a deadly crash near Seven Corners last night. When police got to the crash on Leesburg Pike and Munston Hill Road, they found a man who'd been hit. A second pedestrian was also hit, but luckily didn't suffer any serious injuries. The driver did stay at the scene. No word yet on whether they'll face any charges. Meanwhile, the bus driver charged in the deadly crash on I-95 drove almost half a mile and hit 10 other vehicles before coming to a stop last month. That's according to details from a new report from the NTSB. It shows that 48-year-old Jing Dong crashed into a Suburban and an Acura and did not slow down before coming to a stop in the median. Dong now faces 5 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 1 count for each person who died in the crash, and then 1 count of reckless driving.
Turning now to Prince George's County, a mother heads to prison for 50 years for shooting her own teen daughter. A judge sentencing 33-year-old Talika Brown for the 2024 attempted murder at 69th Place in Seat Pleasant. She shot her daughter in the neck after an argument. Prosecutors claimed Brown tried to tell her daughter not to cooperate with police in hopes of making the case go away. The girl has since recovered. In Montgomery County, a single gunshot fired inside of Wheaton Regional Park yesterday afternoon. Officers responding to reports of two men fighting over a gun. A shell casing was found at the scene, but no suspects or victims have been located.
A daycare worker in Prince William County in jail right now, charged with sexually assaulting toddlers. Police arrested 38-year-old Joseph Matthew Brown yesterday. These allegations, of course, incredibly disturbing. Detectives say he was an employee at Children of America Daycare on Liberia Avenue in Manassas, where he sexually assaulted two 3-year-old girls. They say it happened between June of 2025 to April of 2026 this year. Detectives are asking anyone who knows anything about this to contact them.
An Alexandria man is being held without bond, accused of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old boy. Fairfax County Police say 43-year-old Charles Jones II assaulted the boy inside of a restroom stall Tuesday in Woodlawn. Jones was arrested Wednesday. He is now charged with aggravated sexual battery of a minor.
Well, just ahead, it's been almost 1 year since a congressional intern was shot and killed in D.C. How Eric Tarpinian Yockham's family is keeping his memory alive.
And